Hello and welcome back to Europa. The temperature outside is about minus 140 Celsius, so I hope you brought your winter jacket. Today the priorities will be making these special ingots like Constantin and Invar and solder and electrum, and then building a few things out of those ingots. Also need to get some automation going and get growing some food. So I'll start off doing some smelting. Oops, gotta heat the furnace up a bit. And make sure I put in the 4 oxide, not the pile of 46 by accident, because that would be a bit too much. We might be dealing with an explosion if I were to do that. Might as well smelt up the nickel too. I'm glad that I found lots of nickel, because you need nickel for Invar and Constantin. And when I make those ingots, since they're a bit of a pain to make, I like to make lots in one batch. And just emptying out the furnace contents back into that tank. I'm going to leave a little bit in there because I wanted to sit in the furnace and cool off, because I'm going to start off by making some solder. And solder requires a nice low temperature under 550 kelvins. And of course some more mining. And it looks like we passed into day 11.
Hydration critical.
Back from my mining run. Battery's getting a tad low, down to 2%, so might want to swap that out. Of course, if I'd actually run all the way out, I could always switch out batteries from my tools. But then they're small batteries, so then I really gotta run. Small batteries do not last long in a suit.
Air tank critical.
That's better. A little bit of soup, still on the first can. Thinking about growing some food, but I want to get automation chips out first so that I don't have to manually babysit those that hydration or hydroponics station. So put some iron into the cold furnace. Now I'm going to put some lead in as well, a 1-to-1 ratio. And just taking the time to think about it before I put that lead in, because once I add the lead, I'm committed. There's no way to get the lead and the iron out separately. If I pull the lever and the temperature and pressure aren't in the right range, I will get reagent mix. And reagent mix is the work of the devil. It is terrible stuff you don't want. Because you have to get a centrifuge to separate it out again. And it takes forever and uses a ton of energy. Also going to get a stacker going so I can split up ingots if I need to. Next I'll make some electrum. Unfortunately I have to split that up into a 44 size stack gold because I only have a 44 stack size of silver. And I need the gold and silver to be at a 1-to-1 ratio. So I've actually got 94 gold in there. And I'll get 94 silver. Not steel, silver. Don't want to make that mistake because that would guarantee reagent mix. Very expensive reagent mix that I have absolutely no desire to create. Now, electrum, it's not too hard to make. Temperature just has to be over 600 K, but the pressure has to be under 2.4 megs. So I'll just heat the furnace up a little bit. And that'll get it going, and the pressure will be way too high, but that can be fixed quite easily. Just kind of wait for things to stabilize a bit. Just use the volume pumps to pump it out. Just get it down under 2.4 megs. And there we go. Now I always double and triple check everything before I pull that lever. Make sure when you mouse over the contents, it tells you, it says will create blah blah blah. Just make sure it actually says that before pulling the lever. Taking stock about how much nickel I have, and I've got lots of it. So I think the next most complicated one to make is Constantin, because it requires a high pressure and high temperature, but doesn't really have an upper bound. So over 20 megs and over 1 kilokelvin.
Power low.
The upper bounds don't matter. I won't get the furnace that hot or that high pressure. It'll explode a long time before it gets up to 100 megapascals or 100 kilokelvins. So it's 1-to-1 ratio of nickel to copper. And again, once I put two different types of resources in, I am committed to making Constantin. I'm either going to make Constantin or I'm going to make reagent mix. Much prefer the Constantin. But I got to get the furnace quite a bit hotter. So a fair amount of oxide, 5 oxide and 10 volatile. We'll get it roaring. turn that volume pump on to add a bit more pressure. And we have a green light. Checking on everything, and there's 200 G of Constantin. And the hardest one to make manually on this furnace is Invar. There's a handful of things I need Invar to build, particularly the digital valves need Invar, and the heavy miner. So I want Invar. Let's look Invar up. It's between 1.2 kilokelvins and 1.5 kilokelvins, and 18 megapascals to 20 megapascals. So it has a lower and upper bounds, and a pretty thin range. And it's 1-to-1 nickel to iron. Oh, and A12. So I'm going to fiddle around with these volume pumps and try to get the pressure and temperature right. And yeah, so the temperature went a little too low. So what I did was got the pressure down below what it needs to be. And then I'm going to add a little bit more oxide and volatile. And then it goes green, but it's still going up. And I'm going to push my luck and pull that, and I got lucky. What I should have done is waited for the temperature and pressure to stop changing. It's still increasing. And then decrease the pressure with the volume pump, and then pull the lever. That would have been the safer move, but I decided to go for it, and I got lucky. And I'll just smelt all the rest of this stuff up while I have a hot furnace. And just empty it out now that I'm done with it. And keep an eye on that, the pressure on the tank on the roof as well, because I don't want that exploding either. Ooh, good time to swap up my battery. But yay, I've got all the special ingots now, at least all the ones you can build with a basic furnace. So I will stick them in the electronics printer and start upgrading the printers. And once the pressure in the furnace gets under about 100 kilokelvin or 100 kilopascals, I just consider it empty and I'll turn that volume pump off.
Air tank critical.
And I'll try to remember to always put the air tank in that thing first. That way my suit isn't using air while I'm in here. Of course, now I've closed my helmet again. Oh well. Yeah, and might as well do some mining while I'm waiting. Guess if I've got time to lean, I've got time to mine. Ooh, and more nickel. Always a welcome addition to my collection. Back from a quick mining trip. Got the electronics printer mod. I'll turn the printer off before I try modding it, because I'm not sure what would happen. Probably nothing, but... Ooh, my battery's all blue too. Wind power is doing its part. I was thinking about mining, but looks like I changed my mind. I'm going to build some stairs. Actually, these stairs are kind of important. They're more than a cosmetic thing. Because if I'm trying to get back into the base while there's a storm, you can't jump or you can't use your jetpack. It just doesn't work. But stairs, you can go up, no problem. So I'll just stick them there for the time being. Rather have them facing out front, but I've run into a bit of a wall with that mountain sort of in the way. Now I have the upgraded tools printer, which is a beautiful thing to see, because it has all these goodies that make things easier. like the heavy miner, which of course requires a whole bunch of stuff, so I gotta wait for the electronics printer to be done printing its mod before I can print out stuff on the tools printer. But definitely looking forward to printing some stuff out. Might as well swap out batteries and whatnot while I'm got some downtime. Always try and fill in downtime with something rather than just standing around. I don't want to mod all the printers, so get the pipe bender mod going as well. Running around trying to find some resources, not having very good luck. Hoping I can run into some iron or copper or something, but can't wait for the sensor goggles. Those are one of my favorite things in this game, because then you can just see where everything you want is. Like, you can look underground and be like, oh, there's the iron I want, and just dig down for it and get it. No problem. And there we go. Have 4 upgraded printers. That's a beautiful thing. Now eject everything out of the electronics printer. Put it all in tools printer. And get my exercise for the day, lifting all those ingots. Oh, need Invar as well. Not a problem. In you go. And there's the heavy miner. Hello, heavy miner. You're a welcome addition to my tool set, that's for damn sure. And get the MK2 mining belt and tool belt, so I have some more slots. And have a look through the list and figure out what else I want from the tools printer while I have a whole bunch of ingots in there. Get a mining backpack. Put the mining backpack in my other backpack. Kind of funny, but you can do that. And what else do I want? Oh, get a dirt canister going. Ooh, day 13. Lucky number 13. Fire extinguisher. Because, you know, safety first. I'll actually put that right beside the, when I set up the microwave in the other room. Because I have actually had a fire from the microwave in the past. I think I had lots of volatile in the room for some reason. And I started the microwave up and it started a really big fire. And now I got the terrain manipulator. What else do I want? Like a kid in a candy store. Oh. We'll eventually want to replace my regular welder with the arc welder. Once the regular welder runs out of fuel, I'll just put it on the shelf. But I'll keep using it until the fuel runs out. And anything else? Don't really need any of the other MK2 tools for anything. I don't think there's any advantage to them, except that they survive higher temperatures, which is not an issue on Europa. Let's print out a few different colored paints too.
Hydration critical.
Now eject everything out and put it back in the electronics printer. Can't wait till I get printer automation. No more moving ingots around. But that's a ways off. And here comes the first IC-10 chip. Try to print out as much stuff as I can think of that I will need, and bring that with me into the greenhouse, so I can minimize the number of trips I make through the airlock. Of course, it never forgets that I fail a few things, or never fails that I forget a few things, so I'll end up having to make more trips anyway. And I want to get 2 IC-10 chips. And that will do. They'll need housings as well. Starting to run out of room on these shelves.
Power low.
Need to program the chips somehow, so create a laptop. And of course it's a pain in the butt because it opens instead of allowing me to pick it up. the IC editor motherboard as well. Crying out loud, I'm trying to just pick up the stupid laptop and put it in my inventory. Put the invar in there, get some digital valves going. Need a bit more stuff. Oh. Now I really need to get some water right away. Just hold on one sec. You're tough, you can handle it. Ah, that's better.
Air tank critical.
I replace these manual valves with some digital ones. And I just realized I didn't bring any cables with me. So, won't be able to automate anything without cables. Get the microwave set up. Put all those ingots back in the printer, and still don't have any copper. Might as well go for a 50 stack of cables.
Filter low.
Thinking about making some more big batteries, but oh, there we go. Just need some steel. Eventually want to replace all my batteries with either the large size or the wireless ones. Or eventually nuclear, but I need the advanced furnace and some of the advanced alloys for those. So I'll have to live with large size for now. Large is pretty good. Also put a large battery in there because all of those APCs should probably have large batteries in them. Go back in this room. Still forgetting something though.
Airtag critical.
And also forgetting something else.
Oxygen low. Oxygen critical.
I didn't open my helmet. I took the air tank out. Hook up those digital valves. Hook up the automation chips. Put that fire extinguisher down right next to the microwave. And get the laptop out. Put a chip in. Now I have my code actually on my GitHub page. I know this thing has a built-in library, but I don't use it because it's become a complete mess for me. I have so much old stuff and stuff I've subscribed to and can't make directories or anything. Now I'm using this script here, which maintains the pressure and temperature of this room, but I had to comment out all of the code for the maintaining the oxygen and nitrogen and carbon dioxide because I don't have an atmospheric setup yet. The second code I'm going to use is code for maintaining the light on the hydroponic station. I'm going to comment out some stuff that doesn't turn it on if the daylight sensor is on, because it's on Europa, so the light is pretty low. I'll also change that delay a bit. And what this chip will do is it will constantly check the efficiency rating for any plants that are in the hydroponic station. And if the value stays the same or is increasing, it doesn't do anything. But if the value is decreasing, what it does is it turns the light off if it's on, or turns the light on if it's off. So just switch the state of the light. And that seems to work pretty well. And there's the other thing I forgot, the sensor. I'm also going to get some lights for in there. Because if I ever take mining damage and I need to change my suit, the light comes in really handy, because if you take your helmet off and your helmet light is the only source of light, it's suddenly very dark. Still need more copper. I call the electronics printer the copper monster, because it just eats so much copper. Might as well turn those stackers off. I think they consume 50 watts even when they're idle, which is a bit much. Although I haven't checked it in a while, so they may have changed it in one of the more recent updates.
Air tank critical.
Remember to open my helmet this time. And clicking that valve on heats up the room. The flashing light will be controlled by one of the automation chips. It monitors the temperature and pressure and concentration of oxygen and carbon dioxide, and if it's outside the range that it likes, it will set off that flashing light. So if I see that flashing light, it means something is wrong in this room, but I've got to come in here with the atmosphere analyzer to determine exactly what is wrong. But it's good to have some sort of warning in case things go sideways in here. Yay, light. Now to label things, what I do is I set up a like GDV, for example, as gas digital valve, and then a colon, and then some sort of text to differentiate it. So the type of thing comes first. IC10 colon hydroponics. It's probably not necessary to rename the IC housing, but I do it anyway just to be thorough. And now to set the pins. Set that one to the sensor on the roof. Those ones are not set for the time being. And look for GDV heating and cooling. Turn that on. And that valve is now automated. It will automatically turn one of the two of them on to heat up or cool the room. And day 14 now. Going to grab some seeds, some potatoes, and put two of them in there. Saving the third seed, just in case things go wrong. I still have at least one seed. Set that pin to the hydroponic station, turn that on. Then when I mouse over the housing, that long number there is the average it computes for the efficiency rating on those plants, which is somehow over 1. I think that's a bug or something. I don't know what's going on there. As long as the plants are thriving, I'm happy. Now I'm planning to add a second floor above there, so get rid of a segment there. And Let's run outside and have a quick look at that weather station. Not much in the way of steel in there, and I need lots of steel for structural stuff, so...
Power low.
And I'll keep large battery in my mining belt and also in the tracker tablet. That way I have a large battery to swap to while I'm out mining if my main battery gets too low. I'm just trying to add stuff to the same pile. And go out and do some more mining. Failing to notice that my battery's at 43%. I probably should have swapped the battery out before I left, but I forgot. Now I've got the mining backpack and all that extra space so I can grab lots of stuff. And that heavy miner is just wonderful. Just blowing away all the Europa gack real quick. I'm guessing it's about 4 times stronger than the regular miner. Ooh, finally found some silver. There's home. It's a bit better lit up now, which is kind of nice.
Filter low.
Smelt up all the stuff that I got.
Hydration critical.
Make another batch of steel. Day 15. Time flies when you're smelting ores. And I think that will bring us to the end of this video. A little long today, but I got some food growing, I got some automation happening, so pretty happy about that. Crush up a bit more ice. Make sure my plants are thriving. And I will include a link to the IC10 scripts that I used in the description for this video. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your time here and hope to see you next time. Bye for now.